Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Point Analysis, and it's on your favorite channel, Yoleno TV. Now, in this analysis, we'd like to go straight to Gusiland at a past rally that was actually hosted by Onsoro himself, but then attended by the Deputy President and the Brigade of Kenya KWANZA. In attendance was Moses Wetangula, CATE WARUGURU, and there was Amason Jeffer Kingi. This time round came to the limelight again. Now, we would like to go straight to that rally. And before we get started, because our focus is mainly on CATE WARUGURU's re-involvement into the campaigns, and the reason why CATE WARUGURU might have been brought back to the campaigns of Deputy President William Ruto. Remember, CATE WARUGURU is a women rep for Laikipia, and has been a women rep since 2017. But before she became a women rep, she was actually in 2013, she was the Nyanyuki zone manager. Then after that, she became the MCA 2013-2017 there. She was an MCA. Then she later on became the women rep from 2017 on a Jubilee ticket. Now, CATE WARUGURU, before we get to the analysis of the Gusii campaign rally, CATE WARUGURU wanted to become the MP for Laikipia East constituency. But unfortunately, she lost the nomination to Amin Dedi, who is actually the incumbent. Now, CATE WARUGURU has always packaged herself as Simbajike. So you must have seen the happenings during that nomination, and you have all those facts. I believe so. It's available in the public domain. Now, CATE WARUGURU has always been exhibiting some watermelon kind of behavior, especially after the handshake to date. There is a time CATE WARUGURU was a fierce, she fought the handshake tooth and nail. Then there was a time she softened her stand. That's when the time maybe she was actually removed from the committee, the House committee, that she was actually co-chairing. So CATE WARUGURU has had that kind of journey of a watermelon. Sure, she supported handshake. She actually announced handshake. She went back to supporting Ruto. Then during the nomination, after losing, she partly, withdrew her support for Ruto. Then I think because there was an interview, and in that interview, CATE WARUGURU said that she is very confident and very sure that she is going to be the Laikipia East MP. The question they like to ask herself, how is that going to be? Or the fact that UDA is supposed to support their candidate who was nominated, and mind you, Amin Dedi won by a margin of 7,000 plus votes. So CATE WARUGURU was around 5,000, Amin Dedi was around 12,000. So CATE WARUGURU lost fairly. But then this time round, I don't know whether Ruto is going to support Amin Dedi or Ruto is going to support CATE WARUGURU, because by default, we expect Ruto to support the UDA candidate. Perhaps this explains the reason why Ruto has been avoiding Laikipia lately, because of that battle. It could be the same battle that is experienced in Kilifi, whereby Amason Jeffer Kingi and Aisha Jumwa battling for the gubernatorial position. But Amason Jeffer Kingi is not vying. But Amason Jeffer Kingi is has actually produced a candidate on a party ticket. Now, let us not talk about let us not put all our focus on that aspect. We are focusing on CATE WARUGURU. As of now, it is hard to tell whether CATE WARUGURU is fully behind Ruto or fully behind handshake partners. That is UHURU and Raila Amolo Odinga. But there was a particular remark in Gusiland. But then before we get to that remark, please, let's watch this video and see what CATE WARUGURU said.
Uhuru Kenyatta is a kind of a boss who does not want to see his juniors grow. You have given myself, Jaguar Osoro, and others a platform which was offered to you by your mentors. And Uhuru Kenyatta has failed to mentor people in Kenya, not only in Mount Kenya. He is the biggest threat to the security of this nation as we move towards the polls. Na Uhuru Kenyatta, tunakukumbusha kitu moja. Mahali umefika si pesa ilikutoa Hague. Kupewa kura ulisukumwa na Moi ukiwa system na hukupata kura. We want to remind you to remain humble because pride comes before. Hapo sawa, kwa heri.
CATE WARUGURU showered Deputy President with a lot of praises. He even said that, this is what he said: support William Samoei Ruto because, in his opinion, Ruto will ensure that every family is acknowledged in his administration. He also claimed that as someone who is raised in a low-income family, Ruto is the only candidate who truly understands the issues that affect Kenyans. That is what CATE WARUGURU said in our statement. Ruto toured Kisii County because by default, you know that Kisii County is perceived to be an ODM zone. It is actually the only county where Ruto can get. Actually, it is the only county within Nyanza that Ruto has that kind of following. I mean, you wouldn't see that kind of following within, the other Nyanza areas. Talk about, Kisumu, Siaya. Ruto would not even attempt to go to that place. But you see, Kisii is the only region that Ruto perceives to be, a bit friendly. That the only region that he can campaign and probably win even 30% of the region's votes. Raila has been winning that region for quite a lot of time, but I know William Samoei Ruto is trying to make inroads into that place and probably is going to succeed in getting some votes from that region. Now, CATE WARUGURU decided to accompany William Samoei Ruto to that area to campaign for William Samoei Ruto. And then, you saw in the video, CATE WARUGURU is telling the president directly that wewe ni kigeugeu. Before the handshake, it was 10 for Uhuru, 10 for Ruto. But then, you also know that soon after the handshake, that narrative changed. So perhaps that explains the reason why CATE WARUGURU is mad. And I think William Samoei Ruto brought Kate back and used her to directly hit at the president, because that like in our analysis yesterday, we talked about Uhuru's game plan. That the game plan is going to these regions that are perceived to be, being swayed in favor of William Samoei Ruto. Those regions is trying to dish out goodies and again rallying support for Raila Amolo Odinga. Now we know that Atoli has also promised to attack William Samoei Ruto badly, and we explained in our yesterday's analysis also when we talked about Atoli's imminent attack on the William Samoei Ruto. Now, I think Ruto is trying to go now to his foot soldiers, the people that he deemed fit to defend him. We know that Amin Dedi cannot fit or match CATE WARUGURU's shoe. CATE WARUGURU is very fierce. He's a diehard supporter of William Samoei Ruto, because she's one of those people who declared they support 100% on William Samoei Ruto as opposed to Amin Dedi. So perhaps this explains the reason why Ruto decided to bring CATE WARUGURU back into the national politics as opposed to Amin Dedi. By default, we expected that Ruto would have picked Amin Dedi into the campaign trail so that Amin Dedi can also, defend Ruto. But I think the caliber of CATE WARUGURU is what Ruto needed so that she can comfortably fight the president, on Ruto's behalf. Because, I think Ruto is trying to refrain from directly attacking the president, which is a smart move, by the way. Because, by attacking the president, and the president comes from the Mount Kenya region, then I think that is going to eat into his chances of, securing a bigger chunk of Mount Kenya. So perhaps what to be done, the solution to be is bring a Mount Kenya person who is vocal to fight a Mount Kenya person. So that's why CATE WARUGURU is back into the limelight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you agree with me, because the person of CATE WARUGURU's caliber is not exhibited in Amin Dedi. So perhaps that's why Amin Dedi can even find himself losing this election, because, you know, CATE WARUGURU being the fierce person and has vowed that she will become the MP for Laikipia East, that tells you that there are a lot of things on the ground. Allow me to conclude there. But please, before we conclude, please, I'd like to ask you, if you are a first-time viewer, to subscribe to this channel and support it. We are on a road to 3,000 subscribers. You can see from our subscription base, we are still behind. But I do believe that with your support and the support of your friend and your friend's friends, and because you'll share our video widely, we will get that number. And I'd like to say thank you so much for returning viewers, and may God bless you. And until we meet again, be blessed.